Hello, everyone. Sometime back, a long time back, I had one boss, and it seems like he had definitely taken a lot of management lessons and done all the right work. And he would ask questions saying that, "Hey, can you do this for me? Can you write this mail and send it to me? Can you prepare this report and we can talk about it? Is this time suitable for you?" And it seemed great. It just seemed like he's involving me in whatever needs to be done instead of being very directive and saying, uh, please do this and give it to me, or complete it by this time and share it with me. So it was not directive, it was very questioning, and it felt good. It felt like uh, I am part of the decision to do it. Not really, because it was coming from my boss and I had to do it in certain manner, but it still felt good. Point is this: in a lot of management classes and a lot of times when you have a meeting, when you cloak something, when you put it as a question, and you're generally also taking the tonality of curiosity, you're actually giving the person space. It creates that sense of belongingness for the person, and it's great for management, it's great for meetings, it's great for having uh, in a professional environment. When you're asking that questions, even in a personal environment, if you go out and ask your child, hey, can you do the dishes, or can you put away your clothes, uh, instead of saying, hey, why didn't you put away your clothes, it's still a why question. It's still a question, but it's still saying you have not done something that you were supposed to do, right? The moment you put it in a questioning format and you are genuinely curious about it, it creates that sense of space for the person. But what happens when we do it in a coaching session? When we already know that this is the kind of suggestion that I wanted to give to the person, this is the kind of solution I want the person to adopt. We are just wrapping it up as a question. Is that something that we really want to do in a coaching session? A coaching session is all about making the other person aware, making the other person understand what the person has already something within that the person is not really currently aware of. Coaching session is about making the person realize the solution that is within themselves, the values and the beliefs and the beingness that is currently either holding the person back or not aligning with what the person wants. Right. So when you do that in a coaching session, it's trust this fact. As a coach, if you trust this 100%, that the client has the solution, if you help the client get in touch with how to apply the solution, what is stopping the client, what are the benefits of applying the solution, what is the value that aligns with it, then the client will apply the solution. It's not the first time that the client would have heard the solution. But a lot of times, in our own despair to help the client reach to the goal, we end up telling the client, hey, have you tried this? You know, happens a lot of times. I've seen this a lot when evaluating coaching sessions or even when supervising coaching sessions. It's like, uh, hey, have you tried this? There's a possibility of putting all your time in this time matrix tool. And I think it'll be great for you if you just try it. It's actually not giving a direct suggestion to the client, using all the right words, but you're still suggesting something to the client. Isn't it so? The moment you take away that freedom of the client to choose what the client wants to choose, it's not absolutely no, not to give a suggestion to the client. Yes, coaching is all about giving, helping the client come up with the solution, but sometimes the client does not know all the solutions. Sometimes you feel that you have this intuition that says that you wanted to get the solution. Take permission from the client. That's the best way of doing it. Instead of going roundabout and saying, have you tried this? Have you done that? And you know, um, when I do coaching session supervision, a lot of times people set the goals of achieving their ACC or PCC certificate. And the moment they set the certificate goal saying that, I'm going to get my ACC certificate within 3 months' time, it's like a red alert going on inside me. And it's like, no, it's not possible. It's absolutely not possible to get it in 3 months. You have to finish your course, you have to complete 100 hours of coach training, you have to get your mentoring, you have to get your supervision, or even once you submit it to ICF, ICF itself will take time to evaluate the session and give you feedback for it, right? So it's like the red alert. The moment it goes inside me, I noticed that I jumped directly into my suggestion mode. And it's like, but do you even know what all it is there to get your ACC certificate? It requires this, right? So this is the red alert that's going on inside me. And over time, I realized there is a better way to do it. And of course, I am still discovering what could be even a better way to do it. But just helping the client realize, giving it a pause and helping the client realize that the client does not know currently what all it is there. Okay, so just asking, what all do you know is required for you to get the ACC certificate? Let the client list it down and say, I have a few more things. Can I add? Asking permission before adding it, and then helping the client understand that, okay, these are the things that is there. Okay. Now, this can happen definitely in something that you are already an expert in. Uh, the second reason why people actually get into a suggestion mode is I've known this person for years. I've actually known this person for donkey's years, and I know this is what the person has to implement. Well, trust it, my friend. That suggestion, that person has heard a million times already from various sources. Okay. And as a coach, if you already know him for a zillion years, as from being his manager or being his friend or being his family member or what in whatever sphere that you already know him, you've already tried giving him that suggestion. Now, if you're working with this person as a coach, you have to wear the coach's hat 100%. Instead of telling the person, what about trying this? What about making a small change in your daily routine every day? What about getting up 15 minutes early? You know, if you just get up 15 minutes early, it's going to change your entire life. Okay. What about, or how about doing this? Or have you tried doing this? These are all suggestions cloaked as questions. And the moment you do this, the client might be thinking, yeah, I can try it. But you, my friend, as a coach, are actually giving a suggestion. Isn't it true? Now, it can happen in a coaching session. It's not a complete no no. Uh, but the more you advance in your coaching session, the more you keep evolving as a coach, it's also being conscious of the fact that you do this lesser and lesser. It's also being conscious of the fact that you need to ask permission to the client before you're giving a suggestion. So even when you're putting it as a question, it's better to ask uh, the client. Uh, I have a question coming up in my mind. Can I ask you that? Take permission, and then ask this question using your intuition, using your uh, presence, using your thoughts is there in the coaching session. It's absolutely valid and acceptable for a coach to do so. At the same time, what percentage of time are you actually doing it in your coaching session? Are you doing it 5 to 6 times in your session? Are you doing it one time in one coaching session, couple of times when it's required? Are you just doing it once in 5 or 6 coaching sessions that comes up, right? It could become a style as well, saying that okay, I can give a suggestion because it's validated. uh, I am asking a question and it's something that ICF permits. It's something that I know I can do. What happens is the moment you do it, you are also taking away the chance of the person to explore their own potential, their own solutions that they might come up with if you can just hold on to your questions, your suggestions for a little longer. If you do that, the client might just realize what is the true solution that is there for the person. It's kind of funny when people ask questions in the form of suggestions. And once you've evaluated and giving a feedback, so I give a feedback, and the person is, okay, but prosperity, I've asked a question over here, but it's a suggestion as a question, and it was not required over here. The client has not completed exploring. You have not asked all the other questions that could have been asked in this situation. You can ask this when you have explored a lot of other avenues of helping the client find the solution. If you've done that, ask the client for a permission, saying that there is something that's coming to my mind. You can even give a direct suggestion. Just take permission and give the suggestion. Take permission and ask the question. But keep evaluating yourself, keep evaluating the way you are doing it, and find out, is your expertise, is your knowingness coming in the way of helping the client explore something? That's it for today from my side. My name is Prosperity. I'm an ICF PCC coach, the Innermost Shift head coach, and we can train you to become ACC, PCC, MCC coach in any area of your life you want to, be it a life coach, executive coach, leadership coach, relationship coach, whatever you want. Ping me or write in the comment if you want to know more about the ICF credentials. And of course, any question that you have about coaching, about the mistakes that coaches make a lot of times, uh, and what you can do to improve your coaching session. Thank you for now. Bye. Have a great day.